Friends, Nancy Novak here. Happy Tuesday and welcome to my live tutorial. I'm here every Tuesday around 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to show you what I've been working on, and I have a couple of thank you cards to show you and a really cute little box. This has lip balm in it. You could put a tube of lipstick in here or whatever, but we'll get to this later and I'll tell you all about it. This is so simple and so cute. I just love it. So let's turn the camera around and talk about what we're going to do tonight. So I made a thank you card, and this is using the Ornate borders, the die cuts, and it's embossed with the Ornate Floral 3D folder. And it's got the pretty, this is also the new in color called Just Jade. Then I made a note card. I love note cards, and if you guys haven't tried these note cards, you'd love them because they're so they're just high quality. They're a nice thickness. You can do so much with them, and they're easy to stamp on, easy to decorate, and they're inexpensive. So I like using the note cards, and they come in so handy for all kinds of things. So anyways, we're going to make this with a couple of layers here, and I used the Ornate border right there. And then again, I got that Just Jade ribbon. I love the new ribbons. Then we're going to make this cute little box. This is so simple, and again, I put the lip balm in here, so we'll talk about that. So let's start off with our card. Let me show you the stamp set. I'm using Ornate Thanks. This is an awesome stamp set for thanks, because it's just got plain old thanks, thank you, and then so grateful. But it has all these other pretty sentiments with that gorgeous font. And it, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for everything. Your kindness is so loved. I like this one. I wasn't sure how to thank you, so here's a card. That's going to be used a lot by me. And then here are the Ornate borders. So it cuts out. There's one that's not here because you're going to see it in a second. There's two here two that are not here that you're going to see that we're using tonight. But it has all these different borders. This little skinny border, and then it's got the 3 flowers that we're also going to use tonight. So excited about that. So let's bring in the details, the supplies for tonight's card. So I have a piece of Whisper White that is 8.5 by 5.5, and I usually have this done. It's scored at 4 1/4. And then I have my Just Jade matte piece, and that is 5 1/4 by 4. So that's going to go on there like that. And then I have my stamping piece. It's Whisper White. It's 5 inches by 3 3/4, and I already ran it through the embossing folder, but I wanted to show you. This is the Ornate Floral embossing folder, and I only put it through halfway because I just want the flowers on the bottom. So I just put it in there like that, and I ran it through the Big Shot, and so we just have flowers on half. And then what else? Okay, so now here is my how I cut the border. So this strip is Just Jade, and it is 1.5 inches, and I started off with 6 inches, but I'm going to cut it down. So when you use these borders, you're going to notice this little pointy end, and the lesser side is the cutting side. So this side right here, when I ran it through the Big Shot, I knew that this part would be coming off, and that is that's the part that cuts, this side right here. So let me just take this off and show you. See? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my little scrub brush, and this has a little foam mat, and I'm just going to break away. First of all, I'm just going to snip the end of this off so it comes off all the way. So let me show you. So it's got a little piece there. I'm just cutting this off. We're not going to need that. Okay? So it cut that whole right side off, and then I'm just going to gently knock away those pieces. And so yeah, this is the it's a brush tip, And now how it comes is it's just the brush comes and it attaches to your take a pick tool. So if you haven't checked out this tool, it's on page 159 of the catalog, and the brush tip is on page 172. So you just get the tip, and then you get a couple of foam mats, and this brush tip just screws right on to the take a pick tool, and then you can use it to break away all of the little pieces when you have detailed dies. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment. And on this one, it was 2 stamps, just wanted to say thanks. So we're going to use that again on the note card. But on this one, I'm switching it up on you guys. I'm switching it up. So let me see. I had a block all ready to go. Here it is. And I'm actually going to make this one into a wedding card. So everything's the same. I'm just using a different sentiment. And the sentiment I'm using is from Dandelion Wishes. And it says, wishes for a lifetime of love and happiness. So again, the thank you card, just wanted to say thanks up at the top. Same difference. I'm just going to ink this up in the Just Jade. And I'm going to stamp it right in the center, right at the top. There you go. So let's get that out of the way. And this we have to put the card together. So I'm going to bring in my glue. I'm going to use glue, my Tombow glue. I'm going to go ahead and adhere the matte piece. Whoop. Put that right in the center of my card front. Okay, next I'm going to attach this. So, a couple different ways you can do it. I am going to use this little silicone mat, and I'm going to put some glue on here. I'm going to take a little sponge, and I am going to ink up the back of the flowers, that little fine, delicate area. I'm not going to go all the way to the end because I'm going to end up trimming this. So I'm just going to get a little bit of glue on the, let me pull this over so you can see, on that delicate part. Just needed to add a little bit of glue, make it stick, okay? Get this back out of the way. Then I'm going to put some Tombow glue on the border part. And I'm going to attach it to my card. So I'm just going to eyeball where I want these main flowers to go. I'm going to put it under my sentiment, and I'm kind of eyeballing it, and I'm going to put it down right there. Okay, I'm just going to trim this off. So like I said, I started with a 6-inch strip, knowing I was going to go ahead and cut that extra off. And that's how I did it. Easy peasy, right? So then I'm going to bring in my Just Jade ribbon, and I'm just going to cut a piece off, and I'm going to attach it and tape it to the back. I'm not going to wrap it all the way around. So just going to look at it from the front, make sure it's centered, put a piece of tape on the back, and then wrap it around. Same thing, tape it in the back. Okay, I'm going to attach this to the front of my card. I'll put some extra glue on the embossed part. And then attach that. Pretty. And then I have a bow that I made. And I'm just going to bring in my glue dots and attach the bow. And then inside, I am just going to mat it again and find a congratulations or best wishes. And mine will be a wedding card. But I wanted to show you how to use those borders. You want to put them through also. Wanted to mention when you run them through the Big Shot. Again, that's the cutting side. It's kind of the narrow side. But run them through this way. Don't run them through that way. I think you'll get a better. Your dies will last long. They won't break. Won't break the tip off. So that's kind of important. So there you go. Kind of switched it up on you from thanks to a wedding card. But that's card number 1. Next is, oh, I like this one. This is a little little note card. So note cards come in a set of, I think, 20. They come with envelopes. Then I have a matte piece in the Just Jade, and this is 2 by 3 1/4. And then I have a Whisper White piece that I ran through the embossing folder, the same embossing folder, the Ornate Floral. I love that folder. This is 1 7/8 by 3 1/8. So I just ran it through the folder. So real quick, we're just going to attach those two. It's got a very slight matte border on this one, like 1/8 of an inch. And then I had a strip of piece of Whisper White for the sentiment, and that is 3 1/4 by 1. And I went ahead and laid this down on the right side, and I ran it through the Big Shot and ended up with that pretty, pretty border. Love it. So let's bring this little brush in, brush away all those little, I love this. Oh, that's such a pretty, can you see? Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. Okay, and then I have a little strip here of the Just Jade that's gonna kind of be a matte piece on part of it. And that is 3 1/4, and I cut it to about 1/2 inch, just so I'd have some space to attach my glue. So I need to stamp on this. So this is what we're making. Okay, so I need to stamp. Just wanted to say thanks. Just looking. Here it is. Just Jade ink. So I'm going to stamp. Ooh, got some extra on here. Let's get that off of there. Okay, so just going to stamp it right in the center. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm going to bring in the stamp that says thanks. I'm going to kind of lay my pieces down before I put them all together, just to give me an idea of where I want to put the word, where I want to stamp the word thanks. I love new ink pads. So nice and juicy. All right, I'm just going to put the card together. So, bring in my dimensions. Before I do that, I am going to tie a little bow around here. Welcome everyone. I'm so happy that you are here. this ribbon. Oh, love it. Very easy to work with. Bring in my ribbon scissors. Love this ribbon. All right, so I'm going to put some dimensions on the back. So if I have any new stampers watching, I just want to mention that paper pumpkin again. Sometimes you just don't know where to start. Paper pumpkin's a good way to get started, get into the stamping a little bit. Stampin' Up! Also has kits that are, all-inclusive kits. So, for like 30 bucks or 32 bucks or whatever they are, you can contact me and I can help you find them in the catalog. That's also a good way to start. And the best way to start is to jump right in and go ahead and sign up for $99, and you get to pick out $125 worth of product. Plus now until the end of June, you get to pick a bundle in addition to that, and that is a great deal, because there's some bundles in there for like 50, 60 bucks, so you can get a free bundle, which is very cool. So again, I started talking, and I generally would have stamped this first, but I don't think it matters. Bring in my Just Jade. And the good thing about stamping first, why you want to do that, is because you can always flip the piece over if you need to. If you make a mistake, you can always flip it over. Gives you 2 tries. But I didn't need to do that, did I? Yay! Okay, so we got that on there. This is going to go on here like this, and you can put it however you want it, if you want it exactly straight. But it's going to need a couple of dimensionals because we put dimensions on this piece, and we need to pop this piece up too, just on the right side. So I'm going to put 2 dimensions there. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue over here because that's going to be attached to that. Okay. There you go. So again, these note cards are great. You can write your little note there, or you could stamp another sentiment and write your note. But isn't that pretty? You like it? I love it. I love it. So anyway, now I'm going to make a really simple box. Let me clear my little messy area here. And so this is the box we're going to make. This is a great way to use up leftover designer series paper. So 4 inches by 4 inches. And I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. Okay, now my paper has a design to it with the leaves going a certain way. So I'm going to make sure they're going up, and get my measurements here so I don't make a boo-boo. So I'm going to score it at 7/8 and 1 3/4 and 2 5/8 and 3 1/2. Okay, then we're going to score it at a 1/2 inch on the bottom. So I know that this is going to be the bottom. So I'm going to turn it this way and score it at 1/2 inch. Bring in my bone folder and burnish all those edges, and this paper's so pretty. I think this is the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper. And I'm scoring it on that bottom. Okay. So now what you have is this is the 1/2 inch side, and right at the bottom, that's the little corner that I'm going to remove. So it's this piece right here, the 1/2 inch square at the bottom. Then I'm just going to cut up to the 1/2 inch score line on the other score marks that we made. Okay, so we got our little tabs here for the bottom. Then I am going to bring in my tear and tape, and I'm going to put the tear and tape on the 1/2 inch edge. I'm going to put it on the outside. Take that top layer of the tear and tape off. Okay, there's our box. Okay, so now we just have to do the bottom. Okay, so remember, we're just going to put in some little lip balm in here, nothing too heavy. So I am just going to fold in 2 sides, and then I'm just going to put some, I'm trying to decide what I want to put there. I think I will put some glue dots. Put snail there, put glue there, you could put some more tear and tape, but I'm just going to put a couple of glue dots. My glue dots are very sticky. So I'm putting a glue dot there and a glue dot there, and on the other side I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a glue dot there and a glue dot there. Sorry if that was off camera, but basically I just close the bottom of the box up with some glue dots. Very simple. I'm just making sure they're stuck. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go like this. Just pinch it. And I'm also going to pinch it this way to create like a little star. And I'm going to bring in, if I can find it, my hole punch. And I'm just looking to where I have that seam when I made the box. Make that be the back of the box. So I'm going to put on the sides of the box a little hole. I'm going to punch a little hole just so I can thread my baker's twine through there. Okay, so I'm going to bring in some baker's twine, tie a little ribbon up there. So let me bring in, before I seal it all up, I'm going to bring in my lip balm, and I happen to be putting in there, I love this stuff, this is Ever's Peptide Lip Therapy. This is amazing. It's so hydrating. It's got coconut oil, argan oil, camellia oil, and shea butter. I love it. Let me go back. So for those of you who don't know, I also sell Ever products because I love them. I use them, so I talk about them all the time. But that's what I'm going to put in this little gift bag. This is also has peptide, which kind of plumps your lips, which when you're older, when you plump your lips up just that little bit, it also helps get rid of the wrinkles. So I'm not going to use this one because it's a gift. That wouldn't be very nice, would it? But anyways, that's what I'm putting inside our little box. Ever's, it's called Smooth. So close this up. Sorry for my fingers here. So got the little holes there. We're just gonna thread some baker's twine through there. I was a little worried that it wasn't gonna fit my little lip balm, but it did. Okay, so I'm just going to tie a bow, and as we tie it in that first little knot, it's going to close our box up. Got to be gentle though, because you don't want the paper to tear, so you kind of help it along. And we're going to tie a bow. And then we're going to put some pretty flowers on top. On the side, I mean. So again, we'll just trim that a little bit. Okay. I'm just looking again for the back of my box. So now, earlier before I came on, I also cut out some little flowers. And that is also in the Ornate borders. That's these little flowers right there. So there's 3 different sizes. So I'm just going to stick those on with a glue dot. I'm using lots of glue dots today. Put one there. I'm going to put a little rhinestone in the middle. Cute. Then, let's see, some rhinestones here, and I colored them. So I just took my Just Jade stamping blend, and I colored in. It's very subtle, but you can tell. That's why I like the rhinestones, because you can color them into any color you want. Let me pick them up. Pick them up. There you go. Cute, cute, cute. I love it. So yeah, you could put lipstick in there, lip balm. Well, that's what I'm using it for. So let's see what we got here. There we go. We got our note cards, a thank you card, a wedding card, and our cute little box. I love that box. Wasn't that easy to make? I just think so simple, you know? Anyway, that's it. I don't know if you guys noticed, I got Stella back there. Normally I kind of shut out that light because it kind of gives you a backlighting there, but Stella was there today, so I couldn't move her. She's my crafting buddy. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the projects. If you're interested in anything about stamping, if you have questions or comments, go ahead and type them in. Or you can always go to my blog, www.stampandshout.com, and I will have the information of the supplies that I used on my blog later with the pictures of the cards that we made today in the little box. And that's it. So until next time, don't be shy, stamp and shout.